Have you ever wondered why your life feels stuck, even when you're working hard? It's because comfort is silently killing your potential. Comfort whispers, stay here, it's safe. But what it really means is, stay here and watch your dreams die. Every day you avoid risk. Every time you delay action, someone else takes a life that could have been yours. One day you'll wake up and realize you've lost years you'll never get back. Do you want that regret? Or do you want to rise now, while there's still time to fight for the life you deserve? Part 1. The Trap of Comfort. 30 days of motivation and affirmation to break free and build your future. What if I told you that the most dangerous prison in the world doesn't have bars, doesn't have locks, and doesn't have guards, yet millions of people stay trapped inside it every single day? That prison is called comfort. And the worst part? Most people don't even know they are locked inside. They smile, they laugh, they post pictures online. But deep down, they are slowly dying inside because comfort has killed their hunger, their dreams, and their destiny. Let me ask you, when was the last time you truly felt alive? Not just existing, not just scrolling through your phone, not just going through emotions of another day, but really alive? Most people can't answer that. Why? Because comfort has slowly numbed them. Comfort whispers, you're okay where you are. Don't take risks. Don't push too hard. Don't dream too big. But comfort is a liar. Comfort convinces you to settle for less, while your potential cries for more. Think about this. How many dreams have died because someone said, I'm fine with my life the way it is? How many lives could have been extraordinary but ended up ordinary because of the poison called comfort? Now pause for a second. Imagine yourself at 80 years old, sitting in a chair, looking back at your life. Will you feel proud that you played it safe, that you never stretched yourself, that you stayed in your comfort zone? Or will you feel a deep ache in your chest because you know you had so much more inside you, but you never let it out? That thought should scare you. That is the fear you need. Comfort is the enemy of growth. This isn't just a quote, it's a warning. Every time you choose comfort over challenge, you trade your future for a moment of ease. Every time you avoid the hard path, you steal from your destiny. And the problem is, you won't feel it right away. Comfort feels good in the moment. That's why it's a trap. It's soft, warm, relaxing. But slowly, it eats away at your hunger, your ambition, your identity. Until one day you wake up and realize you wasted years of your life staying safe, staying small. So let me ask you, how long have you been living inside this trap? Be honest with yourself. How many times have you said, I'll start tomorrow? How many times have you chosen the easy option even though you knew it wasn't what you really wanted? I'm not saying this to make you feel bad. I'm saying this to shake you awake. Because if no one tells you the truth now, you will wake up one day in the future filled with regret. And regret is the heaviest pain a human can carry. You don't want that. You don't deserve that. But the choice is in your hands, comfort or courage. Mini affirmation, I choose courage over comfort. I choose growth over safety. I choose to break free from the trap that holds me back. Think about the people you admire most, athletes, leaders, entrepreneurs, artists. Do you think they achieved greatness by staying comfortable? No, they chose the uncomfortable path. They chose to train when they were tired, to work when others slept, to risk when others played it safe. And that's why their lives shine. Comfort never creates greatness. Only struggle does. Only risk does. But here's the psychological trick. Your brain will always push you back into comfort because your brain is wired for survival, not success. It doesn't care about your dreams. It only cares about keeping you safe. Safe from risk, safe from pain, safe from failure. But if you only live safe, you never live strong. You never live free. Let me give you a story. There was a young man who dreamed of starting his own business. Every day he thought about it. Every night he planned it. But when the time came, comfort whispered, stay at your job. It's secure. Don't risk losing money. Don't risk looking like a failure. And so he stayed. 1 year passed. 5 years passed. 20 years passed. Now he's 60 years old, still working a job he hates, still dreaming about what could have been. That's the cost of comfort. It steals your life quietly while you sleep. Ask yourself, do you want that to be you? Do you want to be the one who looks back and says, I could have, I should have, but I didn't? Mini affirmation, I refuse to let comfort rob me of my destiny. Here's a truth that will sting. Most people are not living. They are only existing. They wake up, go to work, scroll their phone, watch TV, sleep, repeat. Years go by, and nothing changes. They tell themselves, one day I'll start, one day I'll change. But one day never comes because comfort has them chained down. Comfort is a slow death of potential. Dark psychology teaches us something powerful here. Fear is often stronger than desire. People don't move because of what they want. They move because of what they're afraid to lose. So let me ask you again, what are you afraid of losing? Time? Dreams? Opportunities? Because every second you stay comfortable, you're losing all of them. Imagine your dream life for a moment. The house, the freedom, the peace, the success, the respect. Now imagine watching someone else live that exact life while you're stuck in the same old cycle. That's what will happen if you let comfort win. Someone else will take the opportunities you ignored. Someone else will live the life you wanted. Someone else will get the reward you were too scared to fight for. Does that hurt? Good. Let it hurt. Let that pain wake you up. Because only when pain gets bigger than comfort do people finally move. Quote to remember. A ship is safe in harbor, but that is not what ships are built for. You were not built for comfort. You were built for greatness. Reflection question. What dream of yours has been waiting, suffering, dying, because comfort convinced you to delay it? Let me be blunt. You don't have forever. You don't even know how much time you have left. Every day spent in comfort is a day stolen from your future. Do you really want to gamble your life away on the lie that tomorrow will be different? Tomorrow only changes when you do. Mini affirmation. Today, I choose action. Today, I step out of the trap. Today, I break free. So here's the challenge. Do something uncomfortable today. It doesn't matter how small. Say no to the easy option. Push yourself beyond what feels safe. Because every time you break comfort, you build character. And character is what carries you to your destiny. You have two roads in front of you. The road of comfort, which leads to regret, or the road of courage, which leads to freedom. Which will you take? And remember this, your future self is watching you. 10 years from now, 20 years from now, that version of you will look back at today, and they will either thank you, or they will hate you. Which one will it be? Part 2. The Trap of Comfort. 30 days of motivation and affirmation to break free and build your future. Comfort doesn't arrive in your life as an enemy. It comes as a friend. It pats you on the back after a long day and says, "You've worked hard enough. Rest now." It whispers in the morning, "Stay in bed a little longer. You deserve it." It encourages you when you skip the gym, when you put off your dreams, when you hide from risks. Comfort never screams at you. It never fights with you. It slowly seduces you, one easy choice at a time, until you look up one day and realize you are trapped. Think about this. Comfort rarely takes everything from you at once. It steals in small doses. One missed opportunity, one avoided challenge, one delayed decision. But over time, those little thefts pile up into something massive. Years wasted, dreams buried, potential lost. That's how comfort works. It kills you silently, like poison in small drops. Now let's go deeper. Why do people fall for comfort? Psychology has the answer. Your brain is wired to seek pleasure and avoid pain. Comfort offers instant pleasure. It gives you a small dose of relief right now. But what it doesn't tell you is that the bill will come later, with interest. The pain of regret, the pain of missed chances, the pain of realizing others moved forward while you stayed stuck. Let me give you a story. There was a man named Daniel. Daniel dreamed of becoming a writer. Every day, he said, "One day I'll write my book." But every time he sat down to write, comfort showed up. "You're tired. Watch a show instead. Tomorrow will be better." Daniel listened. Weeks turned into months. Months turned into years. At 55, Daniel sat in his room staring at a blank page. He whispered to himself, "It's too late now." That's the cost of comfort. It doesn't just steal your present, it robs your future. Ask yourself, what is your book? What is the thing you keep putting off because comfort says tomorrow will be easier? Be honest, because if you don't face it now, you will carry it as regret later. And regret doesn't go away. Mini affirmation. I refuse to trade my future for a moment of ease. Comfort is dangerous because it disguises itself as kindness. It tells you it's protecting you. But in truth, it's protecting your fears, not your future. Every time you choose comfort, you are feeding fear and starving faith. You are saying, I'd rather stay small than risk failing. But here's the truth. Failure is not the worst thing that can happen to you. Regret is, quote, we must all suffer one of two things, the pain of discipline or the pain of regret. Jim Rohn, which pain do you want? Because pain is guaranteed. You can't escape it. But only one pain makes you stronger, the pain of discipline. The other destroys you, the pain of regret. Now, let's go darker. Imagine standing at your own funeral. Imagine hearing people talk about your life. What will they say? Will they say you chase your dreams with fire, that you lived with courage, that you inspired others? Or will they say, he played it safe, she stayed comfortable, they never risked much, so they never gained much? That moment should hit you in the chest. That's a future comfort is leading you toward if you don't break free now. Reflection question. If your story ended today, would it be a story worth telling? Mini affirmation. I will not leave this world with my song still inside me. Here's another truth. Comfort is addictive, just like a drug. The more you taste it, the harder it is to let go. You build tolerance. You start needing more and more of it to feel okay. Before long, you're not living. You're just surviving inside a padded cage. And here's the worst part. The world outside that cage moves on. Opportunities pass you by. People you once were equal with race ahead. And you sit wondering, why not me? The answer is simple. Because you chose comfort when they chose courage. Think about this in your own life. Where are you hiding in comfort? Is it in your job, your relationships, your health, your dreams? Write it down. Name it. Because the first step to breaking free is facing the truth. Quote, do not go where the path may lead. Go instead where there is no path and leave a trail. Ralph Waldo Emerson. Comfort keeps you walking the same beaten path. Courage creates new roads. And the truth is, the world doesn't remember the ones who stayed safe. It remembers the ones who broke out. Now let me ask you a hard question. What if today was the last day you had the chance to fight for your dreams? Would you still choose comfort tonight? Or would you finally get up and do the thing you've been delaying for months or years? Mini affirmation. I choose courage today, not someday. Dark psychology teaches us this. Your brain responds faster to loss than to gain. That's why advertisers say, only 2 left in stock or offer ends tonight. They use your fear of missing out to push you into action. So let me frame it for you. Every day you stay comfortable, you are losing something you will never get back. Time, energy, opportunities. Once they're gone, they're gone. So picture this. 10 years from now, 2 versions of you exist. One version broke free from comfort today. They pushed through the fear. They took risks. They faced challenges. They are living with freedom, success, and pride. The other version stayed comfortable. They played it safe. They now live with bitterness, watching others achieve what they once dreamed of. Which version will you be? Mini affirmation. I refuse to be the weaker version of myself. Here's the kicker. Breaking free from comfort is not about one giant decision. It's about small, daily acts of courage. Waking up earlier, saying no to distractions, starting the project, taking the risk. Step by step, you build the muscle of discipline. And that muscle is what destroys the trap. Reflection question. What is one small action you can take today to step outside your comfort zone? Don't wait for motivation. Motivation fades. Discipline stays. And discipline is built every time you reject comfort. Quote, great things never came from comfort zones. If you keep waiting for the right time, you will wait forever. Comfort will always find a reason why today isn't good enough. But the truth is, the only right time is now. Mini affirmation. Now is my time. Now is my chance. Now is my choice. So here's where we leave this part, with a decision. Will you keep living in the trap of comfort, smiling on the outside while dying on the inside? Or will you step into discomfort, into challenge, into growth, knowing that is where your future is built? The choice is yours. But remember this, if you don't choose now, life will choose for you. And life will always push the comfortable into regret. Part 3. The discipline of daily habits. 30 days of motivation and affirmations to shape your destiny. They say habits make or break a man. But most people don't realize how silently habits write their life story. The man who wakes up at dawn to work on his dream while others sleep will look like he's lucky in 10 years. The woman who practices her craft daily while others complain about not having time will appear like she was gifted with talent. The truth? Neither luck nor talent shaped them. Daily habits did. Quiet, repetitive, disciplined actions turn ordinary people into extraordinary figures. And here's the part most people don't want to hear. The same way good habits build you, bad habits destroy you. Slowly, silently, without warning, they dig a grave where your potential gets buried. Think about this. Every cigarette smoked, every hour wasted, every morning snooze away. It doesn't feel like much in the moment, but time multiplies everything. That little daily delay you excuse becomes a future you regret. That skipped workout becomes a body you can't fix later. That mindless scrolling becomes a broken focus that keeps you poor, unfocused, and stuck. Habits don't ask for your permission. They simply grow roots. And once they are deep, they own you. The question is, do your habits serve your destiny or steal it? This is where most people fail. They believe they'll change someday. They believe tomorrow will bring a wave of discipline. But tomorrow never comes. You know why? Because habits are forged in today's decisions, not in tomorrow's hopes. The man who waits to start his diet next week never begins. The woman who says she'll start her business after the right time will keep saying the same words until her life fades into regret. The harsh truth: if you don't take charge of your habits will take charge of you. Daily habits are not just actions. They are votes you cast for the type of person you want to become. Every push-up is a vote for strength. Every page you read is a vote for wisdom. Every distraction you avoid is a vote for focus. And every excuse you repeat is a vote for failure. You can't lie to your future. It will simply show you the result of the habits you practice. That's why it is said, discipline equals freedom. Without discipline, you will be a prisoner of your own impulses. Now, let's use dark psychology for a moment. Imagine yourself 10 years from now. You wake up one morning, and you're the same person you are today. Same fears, same bank account, same body, same distractions, same regrets. What would you feel? Anger? Shame? Helplessness? That's the cost of ignoring your daily habits. It's the slow death of wasted potential. Most people won't change until pain becomes unbearable. But why wait for pain when you can create power right now? Reflection question: what is one daily habit you keep repeating that you know is stealing your future? Be brutally honest with yourself. Quote, "We are what we repeatedly do." Excellence, then, is not an act, but a habit. Aristotle. Mini affirmation: every habit I choose today shapes the freedom I will live tomorrow. Think back to yesterday. How many hours slipped through your hands without purpose? How many times did you say, "I'll do it later"? How many times did comfort win over discipline? Each of those moments had a cost. You didn't feel it immediately, but it's adding up. Every small decision is like adding or subtracting from your destiny. Habits don't forgive. They multiply. Let's tell a story. There were two childhood friends, Amir and Rahim. Both had the same dreams, to become successful, wealthy, respected. At 20, they were the same. But Amir decided to build small habits, waking early, saving a little money, reading 30 minutes daily, practicing his craft, and exercising. Rahim decided he had time. He partied, wasted nights on games, delayed studying, and spent every penny. 10 years later, Amir had built a solid career, a strong body, and a calm mind. Rahim had excuses, debt, and a body worn down by neglect. People said Amir was lucky, but no, Amir's daily habits made him, and Rahim's daily habits destroyed him. Which one are you? Here's the secret. No habit feels powerful in the beginning. Reading one page doesn't make you wise. Saving $5 doesn't make you rich. Running for 10 minutes doesn't make you fit. But compounded over time, they change everything. The man who saves $1 every day will laugh at the one who wasted $10 daily. The woman who wrote 200 words daily will have books when the other still says, "I want to write one day." The boring repetition today is a reason you become unforgettable tomorrow. Dark psychology strikes again. The world is full of people who once had your same dream, but they buried it under weak habits. They said, "I'll start later." They said, "One day." That day never came. They are older now, bitter, jealous of the ones who discipline themselves. Do you want to join them? Or do you want to be the one they envy because you built your destiny brick by brick with daily habits? Reflection question: if I continue my current daily habits for the next 5 years, where will I be? Quote, your future is hidden in your daily routine. Mini affirmation: I win my future by mastering my today. Let me remind you, discipline is not punishment. It is the highest form of self-respect. Every time you say no to distraction, you're saying yes to your dreams. Every time you choose habits over impulses, you prove to yourself that your destiny matters more than your comfort. Most people lose because they trade their long-term future for short-term pleasure. Don't let that be your story. Think about it. When you wake up in the morning, do you reach for your phone or your future? When you feel lazy, do you let weakness win or do you rise? Every moment is a test, and habits are the answers you give. Fail enough tests, and you fail your life. Pass enough, and you build a life that others call impossible. Fear this. If you don't take control now, habits of laziness will choke you. The regret will be heavy. You'll look back and say, if only I started then. But it'll be too late. You don't want to whisper those words to yourself. That's why today matters. Not next week. Not next year. Today. Reflection question: what habit do I need to kill today before it kills my future? Quote, discipline weighs ounces, regret weighs tons. Mini affirmation: I choose habits that set me free, not ones that chain me down. Here's the truth. Discipline of daily habits is not about perfection. It's about consistency. Missing once is human. Missing daily is destiny's death. Forgive yourself for yesterday, but fight for today. Each sunrise is a fresh vote, and you hold the pen. So let me leave you with this. You're already building habits. The only question is, are they building you or breaking you? Every day you write your future. Don't waste the pen. Part 4. The discipline of daily habits. 30 days of motivation and affirmations to shape your destiny. Do you remember what we talked about before? We said habits are the silent builders or destroyers of your destiny. But let's go deeper now. Because here's the thing. Most people don't fail because of one big mistake. They fail because of thousands of small ones, repeated daily, disguised as harmless. The cigarette before bed, the snooze button in the morning, the gossip at work, the endless scrolling late at night. None of these feel deadly in the moment, but stacked together, they create a life of regret. And regret is the heaviest weight a human can carry. It doesn't go away. It stays, whispering in your ears, you could have been more, you could have done more, but you chose comfort. You chose distraction. You chose weakness. This is why I say, fear regret more than failure. Fear regret more than hard work. Fear regret more than the opinions of others. Because failure can teach you. Hard work can build you. Opinions can be ignored. But regret chains you to the past. And no matter how much you fight, you can't win against time. Let me tell you a story. There was a man who dreamed of writing a book. Every night, he told himself, I'll start tomorrow. Days became weeks. Weeks became months. Months became years. And one morning, he woke up in his 60s, staring at an empty page. His dream was still alive, but his time was gone. He whispered the most painful words a person can ever say. I should have, but it was too late. Habits of delay, habits of excuses, habits of comfort had stolen his life. Now he didn't just lose a book. He lost himself. Reflection question: what dream am I silently burying with my daily habits of delay? Quote, regret is a cemetery of unfulfilled dreams. Mini affirmation: I refuse to let regret own my future. I act today. This is why you must understand. Habits are not small. Habits are destiny in disguise. Every choice today is a seed. Some seeds grow into trees of success. Others grow into weeds of regret. And the worst part, weeds don't need effort. If you neglect your habits, weeds grow automatically. Discipline, on the other hand, takes work. That's why so few choose it. But look around you. The world is full of people living half-lives. People who had the same opportunities as you, but wasted them. People who had the same energy as you, but used it on distractions. People who had the same time as you, but traded it for entertainment instead of excellence. They don't tell you this, but deep down, they hate themselves for it. That's why they criticize others. That's why they mock people who are disciplined. Because your discipline reminds them of their weakness. Dark psychology tells us, people would rather drag you down to their level than face their own reflection. But you must resist. Every time you skip your habits, every time you break your discipline, you give them what they want. You prove that they were right to settle. Don't give them that satisfaction. Choose habits that separate you from the crowd, not ones that make you blend into their failure. Reflection question, am I living my own standards or lowering myself to match the weak habits of others? Quote, discipline is choosing between what you want now and what you want most. Mini affirmation, I rise above excuses. My habits reflect my highest self. Now let's address another enemy, comfort. Comfort feels good in the moment. That warm bed when you should be running. That Netflix episode when you should be studying. That fast food when you should be fueling your body. Comfort is sweet at first bite, but poisonous after. Because comfort today becomes regret tomorrow. And here's the cruel part. When you realize it, it's too late to fix it. Comfort steals silently. You don't feel the theft until years later when your potential is gone. So I ask you, what's stealing your life today? Is it laziness? Is it fear? Is it distractions? Be honest with yourself. Because if you don't expose the enemy, you can't fight it. And the enemy of discipline is not outside you. It's inside you. The voice that says, not now, maybe later, just once won't matter. That voice is the enemy of your destiny. Reflection question. Which inner voice do I listen to more? The voice of discipline or the voice of comfort? Quote, comfort is a drug, discipline is a cure. Mini affirmation. I silence the voice of weakness. I feed the voice of strength. Let me remind you of something harsh. Nobody is coming to save you. Not your parents. Not your friends. Not your boss. Not even luck. If you want change, it starts with your habits. And if you keep waiting for the right time, you will wait forever. There is no perfect time. The only time is now. Think about it. How many opportunities have you already lost because you didn't prepare daily? The job you couldn't apply for because you never built the skill. The money you couldn't save because you spent it on short-term thrills. The body you couldn't have because you skipped too many workouts. These opportunities won't come back. They are gone. And each one is proof. Daily habits are not optional. They are survival. Reflection question. What opportunity have I already lost because I failed to build the right habit? Quote, do not wait. The time will never be just right. Napoleon Hill. Mini affirmation. I prepare daily. My habits create my opportunities. The truth is, everyone pays. Either you pay the price of discipline now, or you pay the price of regret later. Discipline is hard. Yes, but regret is harder. Discipline is sweat. Regret is tears. Discipline demands sacrifice. Regret demands your soul. Which one will you choose? Close your eyes for a moment. Imagine standing at the end of your life. You're old, looking back. Do you see a life of courage, growth, and fulfillment? Or do you see wasted years, excuses, and empty promises? That vision depends on your daily habits today. Don't let the future version of you hate the present version of you. Don't leave him or her with regret. Leave them with gratitude. Reflection question. If my future self could talk to me today, would they thank me or hate me? Quote, discipline weighs ounces, regret weighs tons. Jim Rohn asterisk. Mini affirmation. My future self will thank me for the habits I build today. Remember, every day you wake up, you are faced with two doors. One door is discipline. Behind it lies growth, strength, freedom. The other door is comfort. Behind it lies regret, weakness, failure. You must choose. And not just once. You must choose every single day, every single moment. Habits are not built in grand gestures. They are built in small decisions, repeated endlessly. So, ask yourself right now, which door will I walk through today? Because tomorrow is already being written. Part 5. The Discipline of Daily Habits. 30 days of motivation and affirmations to shape your destiny. Think about this. Yesterday's you is watching today's you right now. And tomorrow's you is waiting, silently, to see what decision you make in this very moment. Will you keep the chain of discipline alive, or will you break it and destroy everything you've been building? Most people underestimate how fragile discipline really is. You don't lose discipline in one big explosion. You lose it in small cracks, small excuses, small moments when you tell yourself, just a day doesn't matter. But it does. It always does. Because every single day adds up to the story of your life. Here's the ugly truth. Most people's stories are tragedies written in slow motion. They wake up, drift through life, repeat the same lazy routines, and call it living. But deep down, they know they are dying every day, not physically, but spiritually. They know they are wasting potential, wasting time, wasting the one life they've been given. They hope nobody notices, but their eyes reveal it. The dullness, the heaviness, the quiet anger. That's what a life without discipline looks like. Now, let me pull you deeper. Imagine you're standing in front of a mirror, but instead of your reflection, you see the version of you that could have been. The stronger body, the sharper mind, the richer bank account, the fulfilled relationships. That version is staring back at you, asking, why didn't you choose me? Why did you settle? Why did you waste me? That vision should terrify you because it's real. It's not fantasy. That version exists, but only if you earn it through your daily habits. Reflection question. What would my best self say to me right now if they could look me in the eye? Quote, discipline is a bridge between your current self and your best self. Mini affirmation. I choose the best version of me every single day. You see, habits are more than routines. Habits are identity. Every small choice you make rewires your brain to believe something about who you are. When you skip the workout, you are telling yourself, I am someone who quits. When you study, even for 15 minutes, you are telling yourself, I am someone who grows. Every repetition strengthens one of two identities, the weak self or the strong self. Which one are you feeding today? Psychology teaches us that the brain loves consistency. If you repeat an action, the brain seeks to align your identity with it. That's why bad habits are so dangerous. The more you repeat them, the more they become who you are. That's also why discipline is so powerful. When you force yourself into daily habits of growth, your brain rewires your identity into that of a winner. Reflection question. Am I feeding the identity of weakness or the identity of greatness with my habits? Quote, we are what we repeatedly do. Excellence, then, is not an act, but a habit. Aristotle. Mini affirmation. My habits prove I'm becoming unstoppable. But here's where the dark psychology comes in. Most people live in denial. They think their small daily choices don't matter. They tell themselves they'll change later. But here's the truth they can't escape. Your brain doesn't care about your excuses. Your future doesn't care about your excuses. Time doesn't care about your excuses. The clock keeps moving whether you're disciplined or not. And every day you waste is one less day to build the life you dream of. And I'll tell you something painful. Opportunities don't wait for you. They are taken by the disciplined, while the undisciplined are still sleeping, still scrolling, still waiting for motivation. By the time you wake up, the opportunity is gone, and it won't come back. That's why most people die with their dreams still inside them, not because they never had a chance, but because they never built the habits to seize it when it came. Reflection question. How many opportunities have already passed me by because I wasn't disciplined enough to be ready? Quote, if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. Mini affirmation. My discipline makes me ready for every opportunity. Now let me show you another side. Freedom. Many people think discipline is prison. They think it's restriction, boredom, chains. But the truth is the opposite. Bad habits enslave you. Daily discipline frees you. When you are disciplined with your health, you are free from disease. When you are disciplined with your money, you are free from poverty. When you are disciplined with your time, you are free from chaos. Discipline is the highest form of freedom. Reflection question. Do I see discipline as prison, or do I see it as freedom? Quote, Freedom is on the other side of discipline. Mini affirmation, my discipline creates my freedom. But remember this, freedom doesn't come cheap. You must pay for it every day with your actions. Every time you wake up early, every time you study when it's boring, every time you push through when you're tired, you're making a payment toward freedom. And the more you pay, the freer you become. But if you refuse to pay, you are not free. You are a slave to laziness, to distractions, to regret. So ask yourself honestly, am I paying for freedom or am I enslaving myself to regret? Because both are building silently in your life right now. You won't see the bill today, but in 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, the results will show. One path leads to a life of pride. The other leads to a life of shame. Which one will you live in? Reflection question. If my habits continue exactly as they are today, what will my life look like in 10 years? Quote, in the short term, discipline feels like sacrifice. In the long term, it feels like freedom. Mini affirmation, I choose freedom by choosing discipline today. Now, let's end this day's journey with one final warning. Every day you skip discipline, you are not just losing time, you are betraying your own future. You are stealing from yourself. Imagine stealing money from your child's future savings account. You'd never forgive yourself. Yet every time you give into laziness, distraction, or excuses, you are stealing from your future self's account of success, joy, and freedom. You are robbing the very person you claim to love the most. So here's my plea. Don't do it. Don't betray yourself. Don't sabotage your future. Don't destroy what could have been greatness just because comfort whispers sweet lies in your ear. Choose daily habits. Choose discipline. Choose a life that will make your future self proud. Reflection question. Am I betraying myself by the habits I choose today? Quote, self-betrayal is the cruelest betrayal. Mini affirmation. I stay loyal to my future by honoring my habits today. Your destiny is not written in one grand moment. It is written in the small, daily choices you make when no one is watching. That is where champions are born. That is where legacies are built. That is where lives are transformed. And it all starts with one decision, discipline or regret. Choose wisely. What if I told you the biggest reason people fail is not lack of motivation, not lack of talent, but the way they think about failure itself? Most people run from it. The great ones master it. If you don't learn this, you'll repeat the same mistake forever. Stay with me tomorrow. Day 20 will change the way you see failure and maybe save your dream before it dies.